What's up guys, MrVerry here, and today I am going to be playing the Dishwasher Vampire Smile, which is actually one of my favorite games, and we're going to play it on Ninja, which is hard, and you can choose the Prisoner or the Dishwasher, and as you guys can tell, this is for the Xbox 360, and you get it off the Xbox Live Arcade, and we will start at the very first level, of course. Story starts 2 years ago. So you can see I'm currently playing as the Dishwasher. Yeah, this is such an awesome game, and I'm excited to finally be able to do a commentary and video on it. So you probably can't tell this, but we're actually fighting the prisoner right now, and you can see her health at the bottom. Normally my health would be at the top right. And when you do that dash, it makes it so that you're invulnerable, like that black movement, and I'll show a little bit more of that as we start her story. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think of this game, and I've got a couple other games that I'm probably going to start playing as well, like Gears of War Judgment, Gears of War 3, other Xbox games, mixed in with Tibia, of course. So obviously, she escapes. I actually really like the storyline in this. It's kind of, in my opinion, supposed to be like a representation of, you know, our world, just on a smaller scale. I like how it says, as it turns out, I would rot in jail. So, obviously, our character is kind of losing her mind. And in this sequence, the only thing I can do is slowly move forward. And crawl. So this is one of the many nightmares that you experience when you play as the prisoner. And the soundtrack on this game is amazing. That's one of my favorite parts about it, aside from the fact that the gameplay is phenomenal too. So we wake up and we have just our claws at the moment. No other weapons. And we execute him quite quickly, and we'll grab him up, put him in the air, and finish him. So this game is really about kind of stringing together combos and knowing what moves enemies use, making sure to get away from them at the proper time. I like lifting them in the air a lot, and then ripping them apart after. And of course we will get weapons later on, but since this is story mode, you start out with no weapons, as she is currently trying to escape from a prison. I love the executions in this too. It's just very brutal, and I really enjoy the art style. Actually, the makers of this, Ska Studios, have just came up with a new game. I forget what it's called, but it's a really awesome game. Just came out for the Xbox Live Arcade, and if you Google Ska Studios, you could see it on their website. It did look fun, but it did not look like it matched the glory of this game. I mean, When I first started playing this game, it just amazed me for so many reasons. And I find the gameplay very, very creative and very fun, and it's pretty easy to get the use of the interface too. And eventually we won't even have to run up walls, we will gather our blood dash, which just kind of allows you to teleport. So we see our plan is to get an escape pod and get the hell out of this prison and onto the moon. So, time to move backward. And you can see the blood scribbled in the back, and she does a blood dash. So now we have the blood dash ability. I feel like my body was ripped into a mist of blood, chucked through space, and hastily thrown together. So, now you can see we can do that at any time. And that's how you get through gates and whatnot. And we just ripped that dude's arms off, which is good, he deserved it. So actually, while the fists are pretty ineffective weapons, they're not too intolerable, even on Ninja, which is this game's hard mode. So let me know what you guys think of this, and if you guys want to see a full Let's Play, I would love to do one. I probably will. And one more hit and this guy is down. So we'll rip his arms off as well. And call it good. Collect the gold. Alright, so we already went through here, so we just have to go back across the top. And these are pretty simple. You just dash to them, grab them once, and bring them down. Pretty much just slamming the B button and dashing towards them. Very simple. So we're just running through these guys, and I think our first boss is coming up here. And here he is. The Gaoler, the dealer of crooked justice. The first boss. And the main idea is to wait for him to unleash his attack and then slash the shit out of him. And so far you can see that's a pretty effective method. And we almost got him down. Just a couple more hits. And we finish him. Take his sword and cut his head off with it. So we now have our first weapon. Which makes things quite a bit easier now that we actually have a sword, not just fists. And we get a rather bloody finish and move forward. I can't believe I got hit on one of these parts, but oh well. And onward we go. Wow, that was absolutely fail on my part. So we rip him in half in midair, which is always a nice feeling. So as you can see, we're just running through all these enemies. The sword making it much easier during combat. Collecting all the gold, which can be used to buy items to heal yourself, upgrades. And we see the Warden, the Eifenhaus Pain Administrator. Now this is what I would consider like the first real boss, and I was looking over, so that was dumb of me. And that's the main time you want to attack him, when he actually gets his sword blade in the ground. And I was dumb and I didn't keep moving. I'm a little rusty, if you couldn't tell. I have not played this in a while. And this should be the finisher. And here it goes. But he also grabs you real quick and cuts your arm off. Everything is clean here. It says sprawled in blood in the background. So and we see the reason that this game is called Vampire Smile. And that level is now complete. So on to the next one. And we will continue the story with the prisoner. And we awaken with a chainsaw on the arm and a cat following us. And we named the cat Paka. And you can see that I have several weapons already, and that's because I've already completed the game, and that I have magic and everything. The magic is the little symbols below my health bar to the top left. And one of my favorite things about this game, and the prisoner as a character, is that you get to use the Cloud Sword, which is what we have now, or you guys know it as the Buster Blade, if you have been keeping up with my Final Fantasy VII. And we have the Kamikaze, which is a very nice weapon. It's the weapon I'm currently using. The main thing with these guys is just avoiding those grenades. They do a lot of damage. So I'm actually going to grab him, and we finish him off quite quickly. So we'll just do the old grab and dash with these guys, per usual. And collecting all the gold, and onward we go. So we dash through here. And I think I've already collected most of the stuff here, so I do believe that even if I've collected it, it'll still be back here, so I'm going to show some of the brutal things you can do with the Cloud Sword. It's a very heavy weapon, but also very powerful. So that's basically what most of the weapons have. They're either very, very fast and allow you to do a ton of strikes continuously without being interrupted, or they're a little bit slower and do very heavy damage. So let's see, normally here is where you get the Cloud Sword, but since I've already unlocked it on a previous playthrough, I already have it. But for those of you who do decide to play this, if you do, then you know where to get it. And you actually need it to progress anyway, so... And that's a very nice move with this, is you can hold it and charge it, and then when they come in, you unleash it and do very heavy damage. So, those are all zombies, which are typically pretty easy. And we dash our way through. And it appears several more came out behind us, so we'll slice and dice them as well. And you also have a machine gun, as well as a shotgun. And you can see the shotgun is pretty effective at close range. Of course, normally you get these things later on, as I said, but... And I actually wanted to erase my data, but I just didn't take the time to. And you see how much damage one of those grenades dealt to me, even though I wasn't even close. So you have to really watch out for those. And luckily I dodged through those bullets. And we're timed here, so that's why I'm just trying as fast as I can to diminish all the enemies. And we do so successfully, and restore some life, and get a present. And we get some moon bread, which recovers our HP. Oops. So that's how we get through there, but first... Okay, so we can't get through there yet. I just always like to explore. And there is a lot of hidden stuff in this game. That's where you get a lot of the beads. And beads are things that give you certain upgrades that you wouldn't have otherwise. And we are at the second boss. Goreface, the pile of rotten flesh. Or actually third boss, I should say. And the main thing is to avoid his, the rocks that fall, as well as him himself when he actually jumps. And it looked like I was going to get hit there, right? But of course I didn't, because I was dashing. And basically you don't even want to really worry about the zombies. It's best just to stay behind him, so they cannot get to you, and then just continually deal damage and be ready to dash when need be. And unfortunately the rock just hit me there, but I think this is going to be the finisher. Nope. Damn close. And here it is. And we shove the Cloud Sword into his head and execute him. And of course collect all the goodies. Well, that is going to be it for this part. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy the content I produce, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.